Hey everyone, if you're thinking about selling your home in Des Moines, then this video is for you. Of course, you want top dollar, so I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks to help you get to the finish line, to get top dollar, and to make it as smooth as possible on you. So let's dive right in. The first step is pricing your home right. I know you want to get the maximum amount of money that you possibly can, but you don't want to overprice it. And I also think that in today's market, you don't want to underprice it. So here's why. When we're talking about overpricing, the data actually shows that when we overprice our home, we end up chasing the market down. And what that means is that when we chase the market down, we actually end up getting less than we would have if we priced it properly in the middle. You also end up dealing with longer days on market, a couple of price cuts, and buyers who are already playing the comparison game are sitting there wondering what's wrong with your property. Why has it been on the market so long? Why is it taking price cuts? And it throws up a red flag that they can see immediately. Now, we also don't want to underprice it because, again, you want to get top dollar. Now, the underpricing strategy was deployed during the COVID era a little bit because it drove a lot of traffic to homes because there were that many buyers out there and often resulted in multiple offer situations. I do not think that that's a smart play in today's market. I really think you need a good agent who's going to look at all of the comparable properties and properly price your home based on appreciation, those comparables, and then the strategy and goal that you want to deploy. If you don't mind waiting a little while and want to try to maximize your dollar, then go for it. But the agent needs to be having a conversation with you, depending on your goals, and then making that price aggressive from the start there to see where you can go. The second tip is making your home stand out. And we want to make it stand out without overspending. So how do we do that? Now, the reason I bring this up is because first impression and curb appeal are some of the most important things that go on in real estate. Buyers actually, data often suggests, make their decision within just a few seconds of walking through the front door about whether this home is right for them. So that means little things matter. That means curb appeal matters. That means topping off some fresh mulch matters. That means touching up the paint and the trim matters. We don't want to overspend. You don't need to fully remodel. But in today's market, more than ever, as it gets a little bit more difficult out there for sellers, you really want to make sure that you're doing these little things to create a very positive first impression. So, like I said, touch up those little things, make sure your house is clean, make sure it presents nicely, and make sure it's decluttered as well. People don't want to be walking through all of your things, and even further than that, maybe even depersonalize it. I know it kind of stinks to take your photos down that you love of your family, but the idea of it as a buyer's walking through is you want to make it as easy for them to imagine themselves living in that home. And so depersonalizing and decluttering and allowing them to use their imagination when they're walking through your house is a huge, huge thing in today's market. So as it's getting tougher, make sure you're doing these little things because they add up and they matter more than you think. Now, the third tip is professional photos and video. Now, it seems basic, but you'd be surprised at how many agents aren't using professional photographers and videographers to capture their listing and continue to cast the widest net possible of that listing to as many people as possible. So it starts with a real estate specialist photographer who's going to take high quality photos that are going to pop off the page and be something that helps set that first impression. 90% of buyers are starting their home search online these days, and so we really, really want to make sure, just like you want your curb appeal to be good, that these photos are high quality. Video is also an underutilized strategy and needs to be high quality. These things continue to help cast a very wide net and get as many people excited about your home as possible. So how do we get them excited with just photos? To me, there's a couple things that we need to keep in mind. One is making these photos pop. So to me, that means taking photos at dusk, especially the exterior photos. Buyers and people who live at this home are going to spend most of their time, especially if they have a 9-to-5 job, in the home when the light is a little bit lower. I think dusk not only makes the photos pop off the page, but also continues the idea of helping these buyers imagine themselves at your home. The other strategy that I like to deploy is not showing off too much of the home. Of course we want to highlight things, of course we don't want to hide things, but the reason for this idea is that, in my opinion, when buyers are looking online at photos, what they're really doing is looking for a reason not to come to your house. And we want to make sure that they don't have that. So if the storage room photo doesn't look great, or if it looks a little small, we're going to leave that off because we want to make these people excited, and we want to make them so excited that they're going to book an appointment to come see your house. And so in doing that, in leaving those photos off and only putting high quality ones that make those people excited, I truly believe that you're going to get more people through the door into your home. So we also want to deploy high quality video. I'll discuss again that strategy a little bit further in social media and aggressively marketing your home in the next tip. But you really, again, to wrap this up, want to make sure you have someone who's taking these high quality photos and videos because they go a long way when utilized properly. Now the fourth tip, like I just alluded to, is market aggressively. You need an agent who is going to put the agent in real estate agent and go to work for you and your home. The truth is that when an agent puts a home on the MLS, it already automatically copies over to Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com. So that's the bare minimum. In fact, it's nothing. It already automatically happens. So you need an agent who's going to put the agent in real estate agent and go to work for you and your home as you're hiring them in the business of selling your home. So what does that look like? Now, first and foremost, in today's day and age, like I alluded to in the last clip, was social media. We need to deploy the photos and high quality videos on social media in the right manner. The reason for this is, I already mentioned 90% of buyers are shopping online and starting their search online. I also think in addition to that, there's a huge pool of people who may not be actively looking for a home, but if the right opportunity were to come across to them, they might be considering making a move. And that is the way to continue to do that. That is the way to continue to cast that wider and wider and wider net of people so that we can bring more and more highly qualified buyers who are willing to pay your price or more into your house. So you need to make sure you have an agent, especially in today's day and age, who's utilizing Facebook, Instagram, TikTok if it's still around, YouTube, because it works. I am proud to be able to say that over the past 30 days, my real estate account has gotten over 11,000 views. And that's just another tool in the toolbook that helps continue to cast that wide net. That helps your home reach more people and make more people get excited. Now, of course, those are more modern marketing strategies, but we also need to deploy old school marketing strategies. We need to make sure that we're utilizing mailers and print. I know it sounds old school and stupid, and I know that when you get a real estate postcard in the mail, the chance is high that you're going to throw it away. And I don't really care if I send out 100 and 99 of them end up in the trash within 3 seconds. I just care about that one person that actually looks at it and has interest in it. An agent should be, when approaching the marketing of your home, thinking of it as an investment, and to me that's an investment into you and your home and helping you get the top dollar that you want. So utilizing print, and then also, I've already kind of said it, but I like to call it putting the agent in real estate agent. That means talking to our spheres of influence, talking to our networks, talking to other agents that we properly networked with in the area, and picking up the phone and calling them and talking to the people in your neighborhood and putting together a giant open house that's not just an open house that we posted online the Saturday before and hope people come through. No, we make a proper open house event. We let the people in the neighborhood know. We have food trucks outside, and we make sure that people are getting excited about coming to your house. So make sure you're getting an agent who is up with the times and marketing aggressively in a modern fashion while continuing to use old school techniques that are proven to work. The fifth step is negotiating like a pro. This is where, again, I think you really need to lean on your agent and make sure you're getting an agent who can negotiate like a pro on your behalf to help you get the terms that you want. Now remember, price isn't always the most important thing. Make sure you know what you want up front so your agent can properly communicate that to buyer's agents who might be coming through. This will help smooth out negotiations, especially if you have maybe, for example, a far out closing date that you really want to get. Sometimes, again, we need to remember price isn't the most important thing, and make sure you're thinking about all these contingencies about what's important for you. Everything is case by case, depending on how old your home is, what might come up during inspection repairs, and so on. But at the end of the day, you need to negotiate like a pro. Make sure you have an agent who's on your team is going to go to bat for you to help you get your price or more on the terms that you want. It's extremely, extremely important. Selling your home is inherently a stressful process, but I know for a fact that having the right agent on your side to help you employ these tips and tricks will make it a little bit less stressful. Now the truth is that 74% of realtors didn't sell a single home in 2024. That's a huge problem. That might be a problem with our industry as a whole. But the reason I bring it up is to say that it might not be worth hiring your aunt just because she holds a real estate license and wants to help you out. It makes a huge difference and is extremely important to have an agent who knows how to deploy these tips and tricks and make sure that they're fighting for you at every single point from the moment you first meet until you guys get to the closing table and beyond, so that you guys are set, so that you guys are a little bit more stress-free, and again, so you guys get your price or more. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you guys want more tips or tricks, if you have questions about any of these, throw them in the comments below. Please like this video. It's a free way to support this channel as I continue to put out more content that's gonna help you guys out. And hit the bell if you wanna stay tuned for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.